Hey, I'm Katie.
I'm Naomi.
I'm Josette.
We're Muna.
And this song is yours.
It's not knowing what I wanted, how to get it, how to live it, and now I'm gonna make up for it all at once, 'cause that's just what I want. I want the full effects, I wanna hit it hard, I wanna dance in the middle of a gay bar.
Please welcome back to This Song Is Yours, Muna, Naomi, Katie and Joe. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us back.
Yeah, this is awesome.
My pleasure. Welcome, well, not welcome to Australia. You're at the tail end of your Australian tour now, aren't you?
So yeah, today's the last show.
Can't believe it. It's actually flown by.
How has it been so far? I know you played, was it the closing of World Pride?
Yeah, we did the closing ceremony of World Pride, which it just felt really meant to be. We've been waiting to come to Australia for such a long time, and it felt really good that was the first show that we were doing here. It felt very meant to be. And then we did a headline in Sydney, which was amazing.
Yes.
Felt
yeah.
like meeting old friends, weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a wild experience. And then we've been doing shows with Lorde, and it's been really special.
I don't want to speak ill of Lorde or anyone like that, but from all the social media I've seen is that I think there's more excitement around Muna for this tour than
no,
for Ella.
there's not.
No?
That's slander.
That's slander.
I'm very sorry.
Although I
Lorde.
will say, like, that they have shocked me in terms of, like, for an opening band, you know, like, it's kind of rare that you'll get so many people, like, getting out of their seats, putting up their iPhone lights and clapping along to songs and stuff like that. So it has been really wonderful.
I could get up tomorrow, talk to myself real gentle, work in the garden, go out and meet somebody who actually likes me for me, and this time I'll let them.
That's incredible. I know that obviously you are here in support of, I do apologise, I put it behind you.
That's okay.
It is, thank you for helping out.
Oh, of course.
This beautiful self-titled record from yourself.
Wow.
And you can win this in a vacation.
I can't afford that vacation yet, but we'll sort that out. It was released last June.
Mm-hmm.
I think we spoke a few weeks before, and there was anticipation from yourselves on how it would be received. It obviously has done very well. How are you feeling a year on?
I think we feel really good. Like it was affirming for us to have, you know, people resonate with the music and kind of get to know us through this album. It's been a fun experience as well because it has opened the doors for people to also discover our older music as well, which is a cool experience for a band on their third record. Yeah, like Katie's always saying that we've been at this for a decade, and it does feel like, you know, we're allowed to be proud of ourselves. We worked really hard, and it's an album that we're really proud of, and we're very, very grateful for the opportunities that we've been provided with because of the record.
100%. I feel that some of these opportunities have just continued to see your popularity rise. I think in 2 weeks you're supporting Taylor Swift for her Eras tour.
Yeah, I think that's the most insane statement that you could probably make, but it is true. It is happening.
What is that? I guess, what have you got planned for that? Because after that, there's more dates with her. There's Coachella. I just feel like this is a huge year for yourselves.
We're trying not to stress too much.
Sorry,
about
okay, yeah,
about
no,
all
it's
of
a very small year.
However, very regular, normal stuff. We're just gonna try and play a good set for Taylor, and then enjoy watching her set. You know, that's just gonna be nuts for us to be able to like have our eyes on. Just amazing, and we're so grateful for that opportunity. Grateful to her and all her team for everything. And yeah, we're super stoked to play Coachella as well. Joe and I are both from Southern California, so it means a lot.
I've taken Molly and other
We all
drugs,
have one.
and allegedly, I've sprained my ankle. I've been stupid, you know. So it's definitely like
Just in general or at Coachella?
no, just in general, but at Coachella as well.
Specifically, yeah.
It's just like the festival that I grew up going to, so it's really exciting to get to do it finally.
incredibly exciting the year that you're having. I think, shows with Boy Genius and Ethel Cain as well later on in the year.
Oh, can't wait.
Can we, I know obviously we're still supporting that album. Are you currently writing while you're on the road as well?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would. That's a very fair question.
Yeah.
We're not writing, but there might be a little something.
Yeah.
We
have
I'll
something
take
up
that.
our
I'll take
sleeve.
We
any.
have something up. We have something up our sleeve. Definitely not things, but something.
Any morsel,
It
I'll
won't
take.
get away, I would say.
Oh,
was a
okay.
clue.
That was a clue.
It was.
You've very kindly joined us at Clarity Records today to pick out some record collection essentials. Is there anything just off the top of your head before we get you to pick them out that you kind of think is an essential or something that someone should have?
I would say Muna by Muna.
Smart.
Everyone
Very
should have that.
We're hoping to find some 80s new wave synth pop classics, maybe some R&B stuff for me.
I always just, for any type of prompt like this, I always just immediately panic and I can't think, it's like I've never listened to music before and I can't remember a musician, what that is. So, yeah, no, I mean, I just hold on to my mommies, Tracy Chapman and Tori Amos. I'll just be looking for them, and if I can't find them, then
looking
I'll
for
run
mommy.
away.
The record store will decide what we talk about.
Anything but me,
Well, the two records that I chose were, I guess the first one was Jeff Buckley's Grace. This was I think the first record that I really fell deeply in love with when I was in high school, and I would just listen to it nonstop, and it was one of the first experiences where it's the album front to back. I loved every single song, and I used to, I'm from California, and there's this place in Los Angeles called Angeles Crest Highway, and my best friend and I would put on this record, and we just drive up the highway, and it's this drive that you go through all the mountains, and we would just blast the record as loud as we can. So it's just I don't know, it's just a record that's really important to me and just smacks. Just really good.
This is our last goodbye. I hate to feel the love between us now, but it's over.
And then the second record is The Cure's Disintegration. I mean, it's just another record back to front that's just amazing. I remember when I was really getting into this record was the first time we ever went on tour in the UK, and I just listened to it non-stop in the back of the van and just felt so melancholic about the experience. And also it was rainy and it was wet, but I don't know, for us as a band, this record is something that we always go back to, especially with guitar parts and things that we all loved to listen to together when we were first starting. So both are absolute bangers, and I think anyone should own either of these records.
Living so long with my pictures of you that I almost believe that the pictures are all I can do.
Listen, I pulled a lot of stuff, so I'm going to try and be brief. First one I pulled is OK Computer. I think if you don't have OK Computer and In Rainbows in your rotation, you should consider adding them to your rotation. I'm sure most of the people watching this probably do. So it goes without saying, this album is a classic for a reason. Yeah, just incredible musicianship, incredible kind of concept record, just wonderful. Shout out to Radiohead. Next one I pulled, had to pull it, Midnights. I rinsed this album when it first came out, and this was before we got offered the tour and everything, so yeah. You're on Your Own, Kid, it's a slap.
From
I pulled the best of Earth, Wind, and Fire, greatest band to have ever graced the face of this fine earth that we live on. Talk about, I mean, pocket crazy, amazing musicianship. Verdine White on bass, unbelievable. Just such amazing songs, and it transcends disco, the genre. People call them a disco band. It's much more than that. So yeah, if you're not into Earth, Wind, and Fire, get into it with the best of. The last one that I got is Indestructible, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. Art Blakey, greatest jazz drummer, one of the greatest jazz drummers ever, and I think Wayne Shorter played on this album as well, R.I.P. So yeah, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, if you want to really get into some amazing jazz drumming.
Okay, so for context, my neurodivergence has made it impossible for me to do anything other than start at A in the general section, and I made it to, I think, like R in the general section, and then I missed everything else. So, and a lot of my background is, like country, folk music, so Naomi slipped me a few. And I also disregarded the prompt. And kind of did a mix of like my classics and just records that I love now, because I think you should, like, who knows, they could be classics one day. So this is Dixie Chicks, the record is Home. I listened to this album on a Walkman, and I would sit, this is psychopathic, I would sit on the stairs in my house, and there was like a view from the stairs of a mirror, and I would sing Traveling Soldier to myself and make myself cry. And I did that a lot. And I guess they taught me a lot about songwriting. And this also has their version of Landslide on it. So definitely a classic album.
I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young. For him they told her, waiting for the love of the traveling soldier. Our love will never.
This is a shout out to an Australian artist that I love, Jacklin. I just think this record is amazing. My partner put me onto it, and I think everybody should listen to it. I think her writing is really special. So yeah, shout out to Jacklin.
If you don't stop smoking, I'll have to start shorting mine.
Another living legend, future classic, Adrienne Lenker. I just think she's one of the greatest songwriters of our time. And I do think this album is kind of mandatory listening, especially for any queer people, but like really for all people. I have this record on all the time.
Do you know, touch my voice makes me well. Do you see circling through the town returns from two? Do you know?
This is another deep cut. This is Dark Side, which was an electronic music project of Nicholas Jarre and Dave Harrington's. And I just think this is like one of the vibiest vibes to have ever vibed. The guitar playing is so good, and Nicholas Jarre's beats, I love his like minimal style, and I would say, I guess this is for more like actually a Muna influenced record, because I listened to this all the time in college when we were starting, and it kind of showed me that you can make electronic music with a guitar that just really works and just feels really good. So I do think everyone should own this record.
Better go bed, written inside. Better go bed, written inside.
and Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean is somebody who, like, I avoided listening to his music for a long time because it was too painful. It's such a visceral, like, somatic experience to hear his writing, and I think it was during the pandemic actually that I just did a super deep dive into Blonde, and I owe that to Naomi for just pushing me. And sure enough, yeah, this record means a lot to me. So does Channel Orange, so does his whole back catalog.
If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. Nod my head, don't.
And then lastly, gotta give a shout out to the mama, Emmylou Harris. I just think that she's such a classic example of a woman who writes her own subjectivity, and she's such a complex person, and her voice, not only her singing voice, but her narrative voice in her songs was really inspiring to me when I was growing up, but also like the first Muna record we were working on, we were listening to Wrecking Ball all the time, and that influenced us a lot. So yeah, gotta give a shout out to Emmylou, and to Tracy Chapman and Tori. I'm really sorry I couldn't find you, and that's a travesty.
No man is master to me, I ain't that kind. I just put on my traveling shoes. If you wanna win, you just can't